Hello, Tuba Hero 37 here. I thought I'd record some of my pushes that I do between now and the end of the season, but because I haven't posted a video in so long, I thought that I would first do a little recap of the little bit that I have been playing this season. So leading up to the season, my plan was to start Witch Doctor on softcore and to kind of main that this season. I ended up starting it, played it for a few days, and didn't like farming greater rifts with it. It just felt really bad compared to what I was seeing out of Demon Hunter and Monk. I'm still planning on pushing many builds with it. Right now, I've only done the baby push from the opening week, and it was a weak push to be sure. What I really didn't like about starting as Witch Doctor and all that was being locked into really wanting this ethereal to push Munanugu, but then also needing Sacred Harvesters or Barber's power on it. And, I found many, but didn't get that yet. And it just felt like for those really trying to push the leaderboards early, like it was RNG locked to not be able to do super well. Obviously, like I've got a bunch of defensive gems and stuff that could have been swapped out if I got Sacred Harvester, or could, if you want to be really brave, swap them out without doing that. But this was like opening weekend or something like that, and I never went to push it again because I was just planning on waiting until I got a better one. So anyway, I decided to use the Demon Hunter for all my GR farming, and that's been way better than I expected expected any solo build to be. It's just been fantastic. Right now I'm speed farming 116s in like 2 to 3 minutes, sometimes under 2, very rarely over 3. So that's been awesome for farming Paragon and quickly farming gem ups. This is basically my first build to be ogged on softcore, and it's all the way there. So this is my push build. The speed build is pretty similar. It might be all exactly the same gear now, because I think maybe I'm gonna keep the cooldown here. I had a very similar pair of shoulders, but with cooldown instead of area. So even though these have an og and they don't, I'll probably stick with the cooldown for the speed farming. But yeah, it was a complete breeze to get one teen's ogs on stuff. I didn't have to like raise doing 60% or anything like that. It was just kind of like where I was already farming. So right now I'm farming 116s and could get 117 ogs without breaking a sweat. This one I must have a little bit, but what I sometimes do is if I'll have one at like 114, then I know like, if these all succeeded, then it would get to 119 if I was doing a 118. I doubt they'll all succeed, so I'll like bump it from 116 to 117, and then if 4 out of 5 of them succeed, great. I was on the right tier to do that. If the first 4 out of 5, then I'm still down to a 30% at the end, but that's such a rare thing. Yeah, that's how sometimes I'll have a random higher outlier on the og, even though this wasn't my most recent og. We're doing sound again to test the patch. So far, no real issues. I did group on hardcore the other day and had a tiny bit of lag that the group didn't have, but I don't know if that was just a coincidence or not because I haven't had any playing solo. Pretty much everything but the belt, this ring, this quiver, and this necklace are ancient and ogged. And by pretty much, I mean everything. I've also been playing some hardcore. I started off leveling a barb 1 to 70 solo, and then played a little bit piddling around solo. And I guess since I've only got 19 hours played, probably most of my time has been solo, but I haven't really farmed any XP solo because basically as soon as possible, I threw a Z-barb together, and then I use that if I ever play in groups, and I've gotten a little bit of Paragon that way, a few hundred. And then the rest I've done on my solo monk on hardcore. So on the barb, I would like to push Whirlwind for sure, Frenzy for sure. But just because I haven't played it much in speed GRs, I don't have that much gear for it yet. But ultimately, if I like consistently group towards the end of the season, I could really catch up, like get well past 2K Paragon really easily. On the monk, I've just been doing like really fast Inno stuff, a little bit faster than I've been doing on the DH. or I've been doing like a 2.5 minute run on the Tempest Rush, and I've been actually auging that. So right now, like between these two builds, if I do these really fast or these fast, I'm going to be getting way more Paragon with this. But ultimately, if I end up grouping for my hardcore Paragon, then really all I want out of solos is to find gear as fast as possible and get legendary gems started, like get the low levels knocked out, and then the high levels I could knock out in a group. So theoretically, I should be doing just super speedy gem ups and then go for the actual Paragon when I get in a group. But I've done a little pushing. I brought back pantsless pushing. Let's see what I've done on that. So this was like kind of like the original build that people were doing with Fire Ally before they started doing the Tempest Rush stuff. And I did it, and I took out the pants, basically dropped Spirit Guards, dropped pants, brought in Ring of Royal Grandeur. That was probably already in the build. Okay, so I'm almost down to rank 237, which would be pretty cool as Tuba Hero 37, but ultimately I'm going to push this probably closer to 130 or something with no pants. It basically, like, it was pretty hard to survive with the build like this, not going to lie. And this was a 1100 Paragon. Look at all those non-auged pieces, a lot of non-ancient pieces. So with real gear, it'll be much easier to push that build. I did try a little bit of Wave of Light. I don't think it's as good as it could be. Like, the addition of all of your damage coming out of Rabid Strike means there's an extra layer of RNG that didn't really used to be there, in my opinion, for speed farming or for pushing. I would rather not use that unless it was like a really good farmer, like way better than anything else. And right now, I think POJ and Inaz are just so much nicer. Like, POJ isn't as powerful, perhaps, but it's really consistent, and I also have just hundreds and hundreds of hours of practice on it. Whereas Inaz it can be crazy fast, it can be crazy powerful, but I'm a noob on it. And of course, I will be pushing Yuliana's at some point, saving that gear. I'm not doing Sun Wuko. I'm just doing POJ, Inaz, Yuliana's eventually. Yeah, I don't see the need to push LOD either. I never really liked pushing Wave of Light builds. So yeah, here we are a month and a half in. I have about 130 hours played this season, split between hardcore and softcore. So like a little over 10 hours a week on each maybe. And we're going to try and clear our solo 135 with 1500 Paragon and every ancient auged possible. See if we can one-shot it. Okay. So, as I recall from last time I actually tried fishing, sometimes bad maps were actually fine because you would not have to kill very many things before it was just you and the elite. In this case, I'm about to come up on cold and max squirts, so I'm going to just blow up this blob of trash, and it's dying so fast that I guess I did get to utilize cold, but I was like, I've got to have it killed before cold even gets here. Neat. So I am pushing with my 2.1% Fortress Ballista powered Bariza. Wow, that's still almost one-shot me. I don't really think Vala's is that useful in general, like compared to Fortress Ballista. I haven't had an ethereal to try it yet either, so maybe I'll try and be like, whoa, okay, this is crazy, I gotta use this. But generally, I really like just having extra shields as a thing. It kind of acts like a recovery because while you're getting your life per hit back, you're also throwing up shields all the time. And basically, like, if that terrible trash type and map were to continue forever, we would definitely lose. If you look at the progress bar, seems pretty obvious. But that was way below average. And conduit pylon can give several, like, easily several minutes of progress. I think if I were to have floors like that forever and a conduit, I would still lose, but barely. There's a very good chance of not getting one, though. But if I get a shield and a conduit and a power, and they're within the first 90%, all of them, it's pretty much guaranteed win. I can't imagine losing just if I'm that lucky with pylons, let alone enemies. So we're going to try and kill off this pack. No procs yet. I don't know. I doubt that I'm running, oh my gosh, awareness. I was going to say, like, nerves of steel. No. I think I've just got the Enchantress cheat death. Okay, so we're about to kill this because there's cold. No, walls, why? No. Denied. Okay, in 16 seconds, we're about to kill this. Oof. At least we got a nice Oculus. Watch a wall show up again. And that's how you waste 30 seconds on a kill. Oof. Coming up on the first pylon spawn, maybe? No. So I had the plague tunnels while I was farming earlier where there were 2 of these circle rooms near the beginning. So I hit the second one like before I hit 33% progress, and there was no pylon in either of the first 2 rooms. By the time I found another pylon spawn point, I was near 90% progress. It was basically a 1 floor, like the next circle room was the last room of the floor. So it was basically a 100% floor. But it was just crazy that I was almost to 100% before I found the first pylon. And that's just because pylon RNG sucks. Okay, so this is shielding and Waller, but there is just a 3-pack of blues. And if they're going to be summoning stuff, that means I'll have consistent Oculuses, right? Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, I don't think this will be too bad. It might be better than the mothers. So really, I feel like if I get this clear and there's not a good conduit, then I'm probably closer to 140 capable on the best scenario, which is pretty crazy. Because bosses don't take long either. That's the other thing is, gosh, this build is good at single target now. This trash just is not worth it. That was a 5-pack. That's a 5-pack, which is generally worse than 3-packs. I do like that they're thralls as opposed to fire chains bees. There's a bunch of unburieds right here, so I think I'm going to stop and chop them up. If I get... Nope. I was like, if I'm going to have max stacks of squirts by cold and an Oculus, they probably would like be mostly dead right now. But we'll wait another cycle. That's fine. I haven't really been super diligent about keeping my vengeance and stuff up, but oh well. Gonna go over here. So this probably wasn't worth stopping for in reality. I'll do this one more cycle. Even though some of these guys are like full health, we still can't keep squirts up. These fireball throwers. Last one. Trying to shoot at him. Oh my gosh. Okay, so by now, that's got to be near 33%. Okay, just keep moving. It's a really big floor. Not a great floor, though. Ooh, okay, that guy is near the pylon spawn zone, and it is a shield. That's not so interesting. So the dude that we just passed... Oh my gosh, the Wallers. He could just start shielding stuff, so I don't really want to prioritize him. We got illusions, we got walls, but we do also have a blue pack nearby, so that's nice. So if the walls are really annoying for killing the yellow, I can go after the blues, and vice versa. I'm sure that I will kill these spinners before the shield wears off. The illusions do kind of stink, though. I'm starting to wonder if I overestimated like how good the elite affixes would be, or if I'm really having bad luck, because maybe your odds are pretty good that you'll get either like Waller or Illusion on every pack. There's just been so much walls, it seems like. Maybe this will be the last one of the run as we approach the halfway point. So it, like, shield is amazing, and it looks like it might catch us up, which is awesome, considering it's not one of the top 2 pylons. And we're in such a bad GR, and we basically got caught up from it. Oh, thank the lords, we're on a better floor. Now this is exciting. A mother pack by the pylon. I don't think I'm gonna drag anything else to it. Okay, we're coming up on cold. Grab it. Get an Oculus. I'm just gonna blow up the trash here. Or this yellow. 1 cycle. Okay, this will give us a lead. I don't know if this will give us enough lead to win just off the power, but we can probably hold the lead with this amazing mob type map combo. Unlike the last 2 floors where we were trickling backwards. Oh my gosh, these walls are so fun. I think I'm actually in the corridor though, so I'm getting all the pierces anyway. Okay, a little lead. Just gonna worry about trash. Beautiful. I do have like 68% area damage, not to brag, but every little bit should help with this stuff. Generally, because you freeze like almost everything that you shoot at, you don't really get that good of density. But when you got this many things, then they don't all get shot most of the time. Yes. Beautiful. Easy win. What did I say? It doesn't matter how bad the GR is. I bet if I get conduit, power, and shield, then I would win it. Well, this floor was actually a really nice floor, like definitely a startable floor. Yeah, I was making time even without pylon help on the trash. But now this will be such an easy win, assuming I don't get an impossible boss. Like, well, I got smokescreen, so even Raziel. I guess Arathon could kill me without me being able to prevent it. And there's other ones that are just annoying. Yeah, definitely not a guaranteed win. We got really lucky with the pylons on this one. I'm just going to stop here. I was going to go back for 3% trash. Generally, that's easier, but where I have a conduit guarantee. Especially when you get to like 99 before you even kill the elite. That always feels so bad because it's like, ah, waste of gloves, waste of effort. There's another nasty boss, but we should be able to be fine. Look how fast he's already dying. Here comes cold. Nice, we froze him on cold. Ouch. I'm just excited to get 1 full DPS cycle. Nice. Smoke screened that. Oh, let's cast the wall. He ran away. Easy. Ow. Dude, if I lose a gem up right now, that'd stink. Hey, and we're ranked. 1 shot, 135. Just in case I didn't show it. This is what I'm using. Got a little more cooldown than I need, since I got the Enchantress selected on cooldown. I'm gambling quivers right now. Basically, I'm happy with the quiver, I'm happy with the belt, I'm happy with the bracer, but those would be the next things that would be the easiest to gamble upgrades. Because 2%, that's like 4% more toughness I get if I can get a better one. If I got vitality and phys res, that would probably be better than having the all res even. Because I don't have that much vitality. I can get it if I wanted to swap Paragon, but it's a lot of toughness to get like 600 vitality. Anyway, this is also non-ancient, but yeah, that's my gear. These are my skills. I've also got Perfectionist on the weapon. And this is the Enchantress. Almost to the 25k, but I didn't really care that much. I could just fix that by upgrading like one of these gems probably. All right, so this character being basically fully ogged doesn't really have anywhere else to go this season, but I can definitely bump that 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 5 tiers just by fishing harder. In addition to, I'll have a little bit of extra Paragon before the end of the season, but from now on, unless I get an Ancient in this slot, or this slot, I'm probably going to be, or a much better Bariza somehow, gonna be dumping all my gems into my Witch Doctor gear, so that'll be exciting to get around to pushing that. Or maybe I can Og Impale. Thanks for watching. Good night.